City Home Network's presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
To downtown Denver, Colorado tonight from Coors Field. The Astros continue this 10-game, 12-day road trip with game 1 of 3 against the Rockies. Astros losing 2 out of 3 on the first leg against the A's in Sacramento. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Glad you could join us for a night of Astros baseball. Blummer, a little bit of bad news yesterday for the Astros. Hunter Brown was to start today, but he goes on the IL. The Astros are going to have to figure out a way without him.
Yeah, it's kind of tough losing your ace in the rotation. Hopefully he can bounce back quick. But at the same time, you've got pitching depth here. That's what Dana Brown preached. We're going to see some of that today with Cody Bolton starting.
Cody Bolton will get the ball for the Astros to start this game. And the league's best offense in the major leagues this year has been the Houston Astros when they come into Coors Field.
Yeah, there are league leaders brought to you by Houston Methodist, and these guys have been lighting it up to start the season. The Astros offense coming into a ballpark that lends itself to some great offense. They want to continue it here, but MLB best in runs, hits, walks, and OPS. It's interesting. 10 games, 61 walks. That means they're getting over 6 walks per game, which is remarkable. When they do get on base, that's why the runs are elevated. They're getting big hits with runners all over the base paths.
If you have one hitter after 10 games with an OPS above 1,000, you feel pretty good. The Astros have 3.
They've got 3 guys. Christian Walker coming back into familiar territory, having played here a bunch with the Arizona Diamondbacks, has a great deal of success here. Jordan and Jose, maybe just limited appearances here in this ballpark, but a chance this week to go out there and maybe pad those numbers a little bit.
Jordan Alvarez has never started a game here at Coors Field until tonight. He'll be in there as the DH. Getting ready for baseball. Cody Bolton on the mound for the Astros as the Astros get ready for the first of 3 against the Rockies. When we come back, we will hear from Julia Morales. She'll have a live interview with the Astros skipper, Joe Espada, right after this on SCHN.
Don't just follow the Stros, live it with Space City Home Network.
We welcome everybody back to Coors Field. It's game 1. Jose Altuve runs out to warm up. A lot of Astros fans, as you can hear. Here I've got Joe Espada with me. A lot of excitement as our interview starts here. Hey, Joe, this is a lineup that's produced a lot of runs. Now you're in a ballpark that does that as well. What do you talk about in the hitters meeting?
Let's not change our approach, right? You know, you could easily come here and start thinking about lifting the ball and do things that we're not trying to do, right? Stay with it ourselves, use the whole field. This is a big outfield. We can take advantage of, putting pressure on the outfield, just running the bases aggressively. That's another way for us to score some runs.
I know you've been happy with what you've seen from your club lately. Jordan Alvarez, player of the week. What is he doing that has him so locked in?
It's special. He's just seeing the ball really good. It's just a special hitter. He's a hitter first, just hitting the balls through all fields, getting the walks when they're not pitching to him. Just right now, he's locked in. When he's locked in, he's one of the best.
Yeah, I asked about the message to the hitters. What about pitchers, too, and keeping the Rockies in the park?
Yeah, you know what? This is a very aggressive lineup. Like, we got to throw strikes. Unprecedented of our staff, all the walks the first couple of weeks. But we'll get back to throwing a lot of strikes. This is one offense that could get us back on track. We throw strikes, put the ball in play, good defense, we should be in good shape.
Thanks for the time, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Joe Espada, so gracious to join us for a couple of minutes. We talked about Jordan Alvarez. He is off to a scary start, and he'll be playing in a hitter-friendly ballpark when we come back. We'll have more on that and first pitch after this.
Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Chick-fil-A, helping to fight hunger when the Astros load the bases. By Rooms to Go, get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. And by Dr. Michael Kaplan and his team at Kaplan Sinus Relief. Call today for life-changing sinus relief. Back here at Coors Field, getting ready for baseball as the Astros play the middle series of a 3-series road trip as they take on the Colorado Rockies. They'll have the Rockies here for 3 games, and then they'll be back in Houston to face the Rockies next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Astros offense looking forward to continuing what they've been doing, and here is a look at their lineup.
Starting lineup is presented by Coors Field. Jeremy Pena back at the top, and of course Yordan Alvarez hitting second. Like TK said in the open, finally gets to start a ball game here. It'll be nice to see him, or how many at-bats it takes before he launches out of the Mile High Stadium. And Jose Altuve has played here a reasonable amount of time, but has yet to leave this park for a home run. So we're expecting these guys to continue to hit line drives, have great at-bats, but maybe if they elevate, we get to celebrate.
Ryan Feltner will be on the mound for the Colorado Rockies. He's a right-hander, 29 years old. He'll make his second start of the season, had his first start shortened after just 3 innings when he was hit by a comebacker off the bat of Andres Jimenez, hit him in the backside, and a contusion took him out of the game. But that was the only hit he allowed. He allowed 1 walk, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts in his 3 scoreless innings, taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto, where the Rockies won 2 out of 3. The Astros have seen him one other time, as he will face the Astros again after facing them 2 years ago on June 26th. A game the Astros won 7-1 at Daikin Park. Jeremy Pena is back in the lineup. That's a good sign. It's also a good sign to have Isaac Paredes back after his bereavement leave. He is not in the lineup, but he is in the dugout and obviously available as he is activated on the roster today. Shea Wickham optioned back to AAA Sugarland. Astros also get a new fresh arm in their bullpen with Enyel De Los Santos, who has been down with just kind of coming back from that spring training injury and kind of ramped things up at the Sugarland Space Cowboys level. And now he's back in the big leagues after going back-to-back games. His last 2 appearances actually came for AA Corpus Christi. Rodri Munoz is the pitcher that is optioned away and waived off the Astros roster. Ready to go on a Monday night. First pitch swinging is Jeremy Pena. Play made by Kyle Karros, and on 1 pitch, Pena grounds out.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to show you the usage for Feltner. This is from last season. Only pitched 3 innings so far this year, so not much of a sample size. So last year you saw a lot of 4-seamers and change-ups. Does have that slider and a new 2-seamer to mix in there. He'll mix up that 4-seamer, 2-seamer, mostly 2-seamers to right-handers, 4-seamers to right or left-handed hitters.
Here's Yordan Alvarez, American League Player of the Week, as he continues to lead all of baseball in all the major categories. On-base percentage, slugging, and OPS. 1478 is his OPS after 10 games this year. Takes the first pitch for a strike. The next one comes inside for ball 1. It's 1-1. Nestor Sejas, the home plate umpire today, part of the crew that is led by Dave Rackley. Pitch is off the plate for a ball, 2-1. Joe Espada said in that live interview with Julia, he wants his guys to keep the same approach. Sometimes you can see that you're playing in Denver and trying to get a home run happy, but he wants all the guys to be just patient, hit line drives, and if they go out, they go out. As Yordan takes a strike here, it's 2-2.
Yeah, there's very few guys that can go out there and just say, I'm going to hit bombs all day. But the Astros have very good hitters. They've been selective. They've seen a lot of pitches. There's no reason to get out of that rhythm and out of that success just because you're in a ballpark that lends itself to maybe an extra 15 to 30 feet of distance on your home runs. If you go out there and continue to be selective and think about getting the barrel to the baseball, good things will happen.
Only time Yordan has played in a game in Colorado, surprisingly enough, it's only happened 1 time. It was back on April 20th of 2021. And he didn't start that game. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning for Martin Maldonado. And he's officially 0 for 1 in his time at Coors Field. Now just his 2nd plate appearance in this building as he goes down on strikes, as Feltner picks up his first strikeout, getting the American League Player of the Week for out number 2.
Put the string on him, a good changeup.
So 2 outs, and Jose Altuve will bat. Altuve yesterday was the leadoff hitter, and he was on base 4 times with 2 hits and 2 walks. See Jose's numbers at Coors Field. That is 27 for 81 in his career. And the Rockies having trouble with the pitch comp. Kind of an interesting system here with the Rockies in that their pitching coach, Alon Leishman, will signal to the catcher Hunter Goodman the pitch he wants. The pitching coach calls the pitches, and then Goodman will punch it into the pitch count for his battery mate, in this case Ryan Feltner, to hear the call.
That is something you do not see at this level very often, if at all. The only two teams I've heard about doing it are Colorado and Miami. Jose's going to challenge this one.
Jose in the first inning challenging the first pitch he sees from Ryan Feltner. He felt that was off the plate wide. And Jose is right. That's his third successful challenge.
Houston has 2 challenges remaining.
So Tuve's getting used to this ABS challenge system.
Seems to be enjoying it.
Our first ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. That one's down 2-0.
He's pretty confident to be able to take that challenge this early in the game, huh?
First inning, nobody on the first pitch of the at-bat. That's confidence. And into center field. That is down for a hit. And that's a milestone hit for Altuve, number 2,400, as he digs for second. He is safe. Jose Altuve joins Freddie Freeman as the only active hitters with 2,400 hits. Congratulations, Tuve.
Congratulations to Tuve, and good hustle as he gets a fastball out over the plate. Forces Doyle to move to his right. He kind of slowed up to it. Now Tuve said, "I'll take the extra bag on you." Good break out of the box.
Jose's third double of the season, just beating the throw as Edouard Julien tried to make the tag. So now a runner in scoring position for Carlos Correa. And Carlos takes one up and in for ball one.
Tuve is literally doing everything well. I mean, base hits, taking pitches, getting on base, limiting the chase, playing great defense. He's also making some great decisions on the base paths early in this season too.
Carlos Correa with another at bat with a runner in scoring position. There's no one close to Correa in terms of number of at bats he's had with a runner in scoring position. You can see his numbers very good at Coors Field in his career. That ball hit hard to right field, sending Troy Johnston back. He'll hit the wall. Altuve will score. Correa heading to second, and he has an RBI double. The Astros on the board, 1-0 as Correa hits one off the wall and right.
Great swing from Carlos. So the Astros, listening to Joe Espada and hitting coach Victor Rodriguez, just maintaining who they are, leading to the first run of this game. That's just 95 down the middle, and Carlos launches it the other way.
Correa continues to hit well here in this ballpark. And now Christian Walker, the batter. Walker has the most at bats of anybody in the lineup against Feltner, and he also has the most success of anybody in the lineup against Feltner, although Altuve's now 3 for 4 against him. But Walker 5 for 9, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 6 runs batted in his career against this righty, although he pops this one up, but it's well out of play. And the count's 1-1 as Goodman gives it a look. Fans feel like we're a part of the family during the course of 162 games, so there was some concern on social media. How are you feeling today, Blummer?
I've made it further than I did yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was not fun.
But you're good?
I'm happy to be back. Yeah, for the time being. Keep your fingers crossed. Got to keep you on your toes, TK.
You look better.
Well, I should. I was underneath the table yesterday.
Great job by Julie at a moment's notice to head from the dugout to the booth. Didn't even have her stuff with her, which became problematic as that game went 4 hours.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a fire drill up here, and I'm grateful for you two for covering while I was out.
I didn't do anything. I just sat here. Julie was the one that had to hustle.
Not easy in that ballpark.
No. 1-1 count to Walker as he pops this one foul, and that'll be out of play. It's 1-2. Well, we've talked about it before when we come to this stadium, Blummer. You've had good numbers here, but that at bat, that batting practice when you're getting used to the stadium, it kind of gets you pumped up as a hitter, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you need a little bit of an ego boost, you find you a batting practice pitcher that'll put one about belt high and down the middle and let you figure out how easy it is to get up out of here. And yeah, you go into the ball game pretty excited.
Walker sends one to right field for a base hit. Correa being sent home. Here comes a throw by Johnson. It's cut off. 2-0 Astros. Christian Walker continues his success against Ryan Feltner. He's 6 for 10.
Well, this is exactly what Joe Espada was talking to Julia about before the game. Continue these great at-bats. Christian Walker's gotten to a 2-strike count. And here you're going to see on matches from Supermo a little bit of a cutter, maybe slider at 92. And he just stays on it the other way. Not trying to do too much, not trying to get big and lift to the pull side, just stays on it and through it. The Astros drive across the second run.
Out Cam Smith, who enjoyed his time at Coors Field last year. Cam coming off a game where he was on base 3 times with a couple of hits and a walk. Cam drove in 3 runs in that final game against the A's. And hits this ball into right field off the end of the bat. So coming in is Johnston to make the play, and he'll make a running catch to end the inning. But 2 out Lightning for the Astros, 3 consecutive hits, and a 2-0 lead. Lefties and a switch hitter. A lot of lefties for Cody Bolton to face in his first major league start. He has never appeared as a starter in the major leagues until this pitch is delivered. And it's called a ball. Bolton is 27 years old. He made 16 appearances out of the Pirates bullpen in 23, 17 appearances out of the Mariners bullpen in 24, and 1 out of the Guardians bullpen last year. So 34 major league games coming into this season, and he had 1 relief appearance with the Astros this year. So 35 career appearances, all as a reliever, and now he gets his first start in, of all places, Coors Field. It's behind 2-0. This hits him on the back and goes into left field. Cody Bolton is bent over after that ball caught him right on the back on the line drive by Edouard Julien, and the ball ricocheted into left field.
You hope he's able to bounce back from this. That ball jumped off the bat at 102 miles an hour. You tell where it hit. He's kind of dangling that arm as if it hit his right arm, his pitching arm.
Oh no.
That would be less than ideal on a day where you're going to hopefully get 3 to 4 innings out of Cody. I'm hoping that got more body than got the back, huh?
Kind of got
lat.
Yeah, just the right side of the back as he was trying to get out of the way. This is a tough moment for him because obviously he wants to keep pitching in his first major league start. Hopefully he's okay. He's going against a pitcher in Ryan Feltner who had to leave the game last start after taking a comebacker off the backside.
He did. That one to Feltner was at 106.3. Got him a little more near the wallet, whereas this one catching that right lat. Probably close to that. Near the 6 or the 7. Can I do that? Or we pass that?
Yeah, you can do 6-7.
Oh, man. I'm going to get ripped for that one, but hopefully my kids aren't watching.
6-7.
6-7.
Yeah, he's okay.
That's good news.
That is really, really good news. That was obviously for personal reasons. You want Bolton to be okay. From a team standpoint, it would have been near a disaster with the amount of pitchers used yesterday.
Yes, very good for Cody. Hopefully he's able to work through this and it doesn't tighten up on him in between innings. Selfishly, good for us that he's still out there. Yeah.
The Astros had to have relief pitchers throw 6 innings yesterday.
Leverage innings too. That was a high scoring affair. A lot of walks in that game yesterday.
Well, Mickey Moniak coming off a 2-home run game against his former organization, the Phillies. Back in the lineup today in DHing. It's his second year with Colorado as he was a #1 overall pick of the Phillies back in 2016. Rockies defeated the Phillies yesterday 4-1 to move their record to 3-6 on the year. This one on the ground. Walker's going to step on the base and throw to short, and Pena makes the tag. Double play. That'll make the backfield a little better for Bolton as Cody gets a double play off the bat of Mickey Moniak.
Nifty double play and a great play by Christian Walker. Great decision too. To his left, takes him to the bag, steps on it, and throws a strike to Jeremy Pena, who stays with it and drops the tag down on Julian, and the Astros have the double play.
Made it look easier than it really is.
Really made it look easier than it is. Trying to throw around that runner and make sure you give your shortstop a good throw is tough.
Now a ball tapped foul off the foot of Hunter Goodman.
This will be a great visual on it. You got to pick a side to throw to, but he kind of got sidearm and slung that on the outfield side. Good play.
Moniak with a broken bat double play, and now an 0-1 count on Goodman. And there's a strike. It's 0-2. So Bolton was hit at 102. Was that the exit?
Yes, 102.0.
Ooh. You know that adrenaline is kicking in for him. His first big league start, gets that big double play after getting drilled on a line drive base hit. And now the count's 1-2. Cody's last start came as a Space Cowboy at Constellation Field in Sugar Land last September. But now getting the call, the Astros would love to see 3 or 4 innings out of Bolton today. Ryan Weiss also an option to give them innings out of the pen. That one missing wide, 2-2. Not many guys make their first major league start in Coors Field. Jose Urquidy was one that did it earlier as an Astro. But if you go all the way back into the history of the stadium, first starts at Coors Field have not gone well. We'll give you those numbers later as Joey Loperfido catches a line drive. 2-2 pitch sent by Goodman into left, and the Astros get through the first, facing the minimum 3 batters. Two 0 Astros thanks to 3 consecutive 2-out hits, with Jose Altuve doubling. Carlos Correa followed up with a double of his own, and then Christian Walker singled in Correa. Joe Espada having a word with the home plate umpire Nestor Ceja as this second inning begins. Just a little casual chat as Joey Loperfido will lead things off here in the second. One of the pleasant surprises for the Astros offense, we showed you the 3 guys that carry 1,000 OPS or better into today's game, and oh, by the way, they all had hits in the first inning, so that number, those numbers go up, is the OPSs for Cam Smith and Joey Loperfido entering today's play. Cam coming in at 885, Loperfido at 854. Kind of quietly, because all the other guys are putting up prodigious numbers, but kind of quietly, these corner outfielders having a real nice start to the season as Loperfido goes after the first pitch and grounds one to short. Oh, he almost beat it. Dave Clark says, hey, we may want to look at this. Loperfido flying down the line.
Man, he was.
Made it close with the Willie Castro throw, and they are not going to challenge, but good hustle by Joey.
Well, message received. If you're Willie Castro, Joey Loperfido is going to hustle things out. Put his head down, didn't give up on the play, and almost picked up a knock. That was close.
That was the first time all year he was retired on the first pitch of the at-bat. He had been 4 for 4 going after the first pitch.
But you're not lying, TK. You have an 850 plus OPS. You should be turning some heads and getting some, notifications maybe on your phone. But when you got 3 guys in your lineup with 200-point better OPSs on your team, you're an afterthought. It's amazing.
It's unreal. This one on the ground towards the right side. Yiner loses half of his bat. His bat is sheared off with part of the barrel landing on the pitcher's mound. And he grounds out for out number 2.
Fans can take advantage of Astros value tickets throughout the week. Whether you're looking for dollar dogs, added entertainment, or ticket and concession discounts, there's a value option for you. Visit astros.com/value to learn more.
So now Jake Myers will bat. Jake batting in the number 9 spot. And he goes after the first pitch. This is a very quick inning for Feltner as he gets Joey Loperfido, Yiner Diaz, and Jake Myers in the matter of 4 pitches. Astros defense is presented by Xfinity. Here's how the Astros will line things up today with Yiner Diaz behind the plate catching Cody Bolton for the 2nd time this year. The infield has Jeremy Pena back in there. That means Carlos Correa is over at third. Yesterday, Nick Allen was the shortstop. And the outfield will have Joey Lopperfido in left, Cam Smith in right, and Jake Myers in center. Cody Bolton didn't have a lot of time to recover after his first inning of work.
No.
He barely, if they wanted to check out that back, he barely had time to take the jersey off and put it back on. That was a 4-pitch top half of the second inning. As Troy Johnson will lead things off here in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, maybe the silver lining is he didn't have time to maybe tighten up because he barely sat down and he had to go back on the field. That was an abrupt top of the second inning.
The Astros have been very patient overall from an offensive standpoint. This is a bunt down the third baseline. If it stays fair, it's a hit, and it's going to roll off of the grass, and it stays right on the line. Correa can't believe it. Perfect bunt by Troy Johnson. Once it fell off the grass, you thought it had a chance to go foul, but it landed right on the line.
Well, that's exactly what you expected the 4-hole hitter to do for the Colorado Rockies in Denver. Lay down a bunt to get on base.
Man.
I mean, spectacular bunt. But if I'm playing in the ballpark where you elevate here,
it looked like he was going to go foul.
I thought as soon as it caught that lip, it was going to go.
So there's the second hit. Both leadoff hitters against Bolton have hits tonight. And now TJ Rumfield. Plummer mentioned when going through the Rockies lineup, this guy is off to a great start, hitting .345 with a couple of home runs and 5 runs batted in. He has been by far the best offensive weapon in this Rockies lineup. It's been a weird year for the Rockies. They haven't given up a lot of runs, but they also haven't scored a whole lot of runs either. They have played 9 games, and 5 of them have been 1-run games. There's a pitch for a strike. It's 2-1. In that Phillies series, their last 2 games were 2-1 and 4-1. As you look at TJ Rumfield, he doesn't see many fastballs because he's been connecting on fastballs all season long. When he sees them, he connects for a .500 average and a 1,083 OPS. So he doesn't see many. He got a cutter there. That counts as a fastball, but his off the plate is 3-1.
Yeah, they can include that cutter into the fastball, the 2-seam, 4-seam, and cutter. Yeah, this guy's gearing up with one idea: hunt that fastball. Astros, you can see, trying to get him at the top of the zone with that fastball.
Rumfield has been in the Phillies organization and the Yankees organization at the minor league level. And he hits this ball high in the air into right center field. Cam Smith and Jake Myers converge. It's Jake who makes the call and the catch. And that is out number 1, getting their hottest hitter for the first out of the second.
Yeah, that one cut up and in, got off a little bit closer to the label off Rumfield.
So now Willie Castro, in addition to Rumfield making his major league debut this year, a lot of new faces in the Rockies lineup, including Willie Castro, teammate with Carlos Correa for 2.5 years before moving over to the Cubs last year. He's also started his career in Detroit, but he was in Minnesota with Vasquez and with Correa. Now his first year with the Rockies. Still some mainstays in there from last year with Moniak, Goodman, Doyle, and Karros returning, but a lot of new faces as well. There's a strike called. It's 1-1.
Yeah, this is an organization in flux, trying to figure out their identity here at Colorado. They've had a good run when they first moved here and in the early 2000s, but it has been rough going here for a while now in Colorado.
A little bit wide on some of these misses, and that's nothing new for Cody Bolton. His misses, at least in his first outing, were all away. Through 22 of his 32 fastballs, either on the outer half of the plate or off the plate wide.
And not missing by much.
Another one wide. It's 3-1. So second straight batter he's worked to a 3-1 count. This is not a stadium you want to keep working into hitters' counts.
And this is usually a team that's swinging early and often.
He yanked that one, so that'll be the first walk allowed by Castro. Excuse me, the first walk allowed by Bolton as Castro draws the walk. New this season, Astros fans can stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite is needed. Log on to SCHNplus.com to purchase the app directly. Already have SCHN through a participating cable, satellite, or streaming provider. You can download the app to access the content at no additional cost. Here's Brenton Doyle. He fouls the first one back, and it's 0-1. Yeah, Blummer, the only team more aggressive than the Athletics in the major leagues in the first week and a half of the season has been the Colorado Rockies. They have the lowest walk percentage in the game by a wide margin at 5.5%.
Wow.
League average is almost 10%. So they're up there hacking. Cody Bolton gets ahead 0-2. That one misses. It's 1-2. Couple of hits and a walk allowed by Bolton in his first 6 batters. Got help with a double play last inning. He could use a double play here to get out of the second. That one fouled away, and it stays 1-2. Doyle in the season 4 for 28. Batting 143. One of his 4 hits a double. Got him. Out number 2 on Bolton's first strikeout of the night. And Doyle goes down swinging.
Got Doyle on the cutter. Get a good look at it from behind as that ball cuts up and away from Doyle. There's some of that chase that we are hinting at. Starting on that outer third, breaking off the plate.
Now Jake McCarthy watches one wide. McCarthy spent the first 5 years of his big league career with the Diamondbacks. This will be the 30th pitch of the game for Bolton so far. 15 off the plate and 14 strikes. As he delivers a strike here, it's 1-1.
There's a little bit of a delay in the challenge. It looked like McCarthy wanted to challenge it, but he'd already stepped out of the box.
It's got to be within a couple of seconds of the pitch being called.
Yeah, you've got to be a little more convincing about it. McCarthy wasn't. You know, you got to deal with a lot of things here. We were talking about the hitter's approach. Pitchers also have a little bit of an issue here. Just it's dry every time you come up here. It's a little chilly tonight, and your spin isn't going to react as it does maybe down in Houston. So there's a lot going on. That also affects the hitters too, because in your mind you're seeing spin, but it's just not going to be as crisp maybe as you've seen in the past. But that might be what Doyle's dealing with as far as the strike percentage in this game, is just trying to find that release point to get the ball over the plate.
1-2 the count on McCarthy. And a little tapper foul. Astros coming off a wild one yesterday against the A's at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. Joe Espada saw that game go back and forth multiple times before Brent Rooker walked it off 12-10.
That was a tough one. When you battle back a couple of times like that and your offense gives you the runs, you'd love to see those closed out.
Pretty firm fastball, but it missed the outside corner. It's 2-2. Couple of runners on for the Rockies here. Troy Johnson at second and Willie Castro at first with 2 outs. That ball lofted into left field. Long run for Joey Loperfido. He has time to get there and makes the play just in fair territory for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left on. We head to the third with the Astros leading 2-0.
Moving to the top of the third here, the Astros with an early lead over the Rockies. I have your dugout report. It's presented by Jack in the Box, an outstanding offensive performance for this club over the weekend. And yesterday, while a tough loss, we saw this group battle. We saw the fight was there. Jose Altuve talking about just that, saying that is something we can keep up throughout the season and it can be our identity. Joe Espada spoke on this too, saying he did love the way they stayed in the fight yesterday, and it's because of the good approach this club has had all season so far. It's forcing pitchers to throw the strikes, making them throw more pitches so they could see multiple, pitchers multiple times in a series. All that very, very good. It was a disciplined group, TK, that has seen several different players in this lineup stand out in each game.
Yeah, you're right about that, Julie. You could pick one of a number of guys who have really put up great numbers here for the first 10 games. Jeremy Pena has played half of those 10 games, and you can see the Astros are #1 in the major leagues in all these categories. Runs on base percentage, slugging percentage they're second. OPS they're first, extra base hits and walks. And they're 13 ahead of the next closest team in walks with 61.
Yeah, the walk number's insane. I mean, you've got both Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez, 12 walks apiece and only 7 strikeouts since the start of the season. But that is something that's contagious. And if you're a young hitter, a low profito Cam Smith, and you're watching the greats go up there and take some pitches, it's going to rub off on you.
Yeah, we've got in the one lineup, we've got 2 guys who are both on top of the major league lead in walks.
Yeah.
Yordan has had twice as many walks as strikeouts. But Yordan just leads in every category, pretty much.
It's amazing what he can do to a lineup. Yes, you need to go out there and take care of your own business, but just having his presence in that lineup kind of completely alters how your pitching staff is going to go out there and approach your lineup.
Like even this 2-2 pitch, Jeremy should get something, you would think. Feltner doesn't want to get to 3-2 or even think about walking the guy ahead of Yordan Alvarez. Jeremy grounded out on a first pitch he saw in the first inning. Did get a pitch there, but fouls it away. Stays 2-2.
Yeah, I got a good 2-seamer in there, but you're right, TK. It's kind of it's a tough spot to be in because you don't want to put him on, but you also don't want to leave something out of the plate. Crush it.
Jeremy had 3 doubles in that series against the A's in Sacramento as he played back-to-back games for the first time on Friday and Saturday. So we're getting to see Jeremy get more into the rhythm of the season after going every other day for the first 7 games on the homestand. Feltner threw 19 pitches in the first inning, only needed 4 pitches to get 3 outs in the second inning. Now an extended at bat with Jeremy Pena here to start the third. Good take, and now the count's full. Well, here we go. Does Jeremy see a pitch he can drive with the big man looming on deck? Hits it hard into left field, and that'll be down for a hit. Jeremy Pena with a leadoff single for the Astros in the third. That's hit number 4 for Houston.
But again, to TK's point, you want him to be able to swing his way on. You're not going to give him the free pass and potentially a free RBI for Yordan. So he chose to go for the 4-seamer down. Jeremy adjusting to the speed from Feltner, gets the head out and picks up that base hit.
Now here he is, Yordan Alvarez. Yordan hits one high to center field. All the way back goes Bretton Doyle. He's near the wall. He'll reach up and he'll put it away 415 feet away from home plate. A loud out off the bat of Yordan Alvarez for out number 1 in the inning.
You're incredible at these guesstimations on distance. StatCast gives it 414. TK saying 415, but this ball was hit pretty well. Not well enough, only 103.5 off the bat. I was kind of watching the reaction of Yordan to see if he felt that one, and he just didn't break out of the box like he crushed it.
The number on the wall helped me out on that one.
Well, you use the tools that are there for you. But how about Yordan? 103.5 off the bat. I got jammed a little bit, 415. Come on. That's not nice. That's mere mortals.
Another one off his bat at over 100.
Yeah.
He's got 14 of those this year. And there's only one other guy in the league with more than that. Here's Jose Altuve. He grounds one towards third, backhanded by Queiroz. He'll only go to first here to get Jose Altuve. Pena moves to second on the play. So Jose, who doubled his first time up, now grounds out for the second out. Well, guess what? Carlos Correa with a runner in scoring position. I don't know if you've heard that before this year.
He is definitely going to lead the league with opportunities, isn't he?
My goodness.
It's crazy. Has he seen a pitcher out of the windup ever? First at bat of the year? I don't know.
He had a 3 at bat lead over Bo Bichette going into yesterday. And he batted twice with runners in scoring position yesterday, so he's up to 22 at bats now with a runner in scoring position. Sends this one to center field. Back goes Doyle. He's going to reach up at the wall and put another one away. 415 feet away from home plate.
Exact same exit velocity and launch angle as Jordan.
Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. It's a defensive-related poll. Who do you think the Astros team defensive MVP will be this year? You've got the shortstop Jeremy Pena. He's choice B. You've got choice A as Carlos Correa over third, and Cam Smith is making some 5-star catches out there in right field. He is choice number C. Send your votes at Space City HN. Use the hashtag Stroh poll. We'll have the results later on in the game. Kyle Queiroz will lead things off here in the third inning, facing Cody Bolton in his first start of his major league career. Bolton delivers a strike to Queiroz. It's 0-1. Bolton is a 6'2" right-hander. Well, unfortunately, like a lot of guys that were drafted right before the COVID breakout, had his minor league season in 2020 erased, wasn't even part of the alternate site. And then in 2021 had a meniscus injury that kept him out the whole year as he had surgery on his knee. So he missed basically 2 years of development. So that's why he's here at age 27 after 3 seasons in the big leagues as a reliever. Getting his first chance to start as this one's fouled away. It's 2-2.
It's kind of interesting. You got to look at that kind of stuff because you can kind of guess how taxed that right arm is. And his isn't very for being at his age. So the birth certificate will say 27. That arm may be 24, 25.
Ooh, up and in near the helmet of Queiroz.
Yeah, that one got away. It was supposed to be a changeup, but it came in at 93.
I think that's a changeup.
Yeah, that didn't look like it at all. Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
So now a full count to the 9-hitter. Called third strike, and Queiroz immediately taps his helmet for a challenge. Queiroz thinks he drew a walk. And we'll take a look at home as Nestor Sehab called it a strike on the outside corner. The Rockies third baseman challenging, and he'll be out. So the Rockies lose their first challenge of the night.
One challenge remaining.
Just got enough. It was literally clipping that down and away corner.
Call by Sehab. Cody Bolton picks up his second strikeout. Now back we go to the top of the order. Edouard Julien, another guy who played with Correa and Vasquez in Minnesota. As he slices this one foul and out of play. Julien and Willie Castro moving from the Twins to the Rockies in 2026. Castro had a little stint with the Cubs in between. Cody Bolton was a Pirates draft pick in 2017, a 6th rounder. At the time, he was committed to play baseball at University of Michigan, so he might have some interest in a basketball game going on later on after his outing's over. And he makes quick work of Julien here. Called third strike on 3 pitches. That's now 3 strikeouts for Cody Bolton and 2 away in the inning. The Houston Rockets just punched their tickets to the playoffs. SCHN will be your home for all post-game coverage after each game. Throughout the playoffs, tune in to SCHN and SCHN Plus for expert analysis and exclusive access by your hometown broadcast team. Congrats to the Rockets and congrats to the SCHN crew that covers them all year long. Now the pitch is off the plate. It's 1-1. Mickey Moniak grounded into a double play his first time up. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Cody's dialed in this inning.
Yeah, he is.
Ran out the paintbrush in the third.
I think Urquidy did the same thing where everybody else in the field went long sleeves. Maybe not Jake Myers, but everybody except for the pitcher going long sleeves. It's not as cool. There's no JMI factor yet, but maybe as this road trip continues, we will have a Julian Morales index.
We're definitely heading that way.
But it's not too bad tonight. 2-2 the count to Moniak. There you go, Plummer. He strikes out the side. Cody Bolton getting it done in his first major league start. Caros, Julian, Moniak all down via strikeout.
The power play is presented by HEB. Christian Walker in this ballpark knows it very well. 24 games at Colorado since 2023, and guess what? He's got a 1234 OPS, 9 home runs in those 24 games. Also has an RBI and a base hit in this game so far, so he loves coming to Denver, Colorado. And of course he swings at the first pitch.
Skies the first one way up in the air to center field. Plenty of time for Brenton Doyle to get there as he makes the call and the catch for out number 1. Walker, who singled in a run his first time up, skies one to center for the first out. Now here's Cam Smith. Cam having a good trip, 4 for 11, including a home run in West Sacramento. Cam only has 4 road home runs in his career and 7 at home of his 11 in his year plus 10 games. So 4 of those on the road. 3 of them have been against the A's in West Sacramento. So he loves that park. He'd like to add Coors Field to that list. These are 2 of the better hitters parks back to back. Cam hits it high in the air to center field. Brenton Doyle going all the way back to the wall. He's going to watch this one sail over the tree in straightaway center. That is a bomb by Cam Smith for his 3rd home run of the year and his 2nd on this road trip.
Cam Smith leaned back on this one. 4-seamer piped right down the middle, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. 462 feet later. That is a rocket.
462.
110.9 off the bat and an ideal 29-degree launch angle for 462 feet of Cam.
Wow. One of the longest in the StatCast era. Definitely Cam's longest of his career, but one of the longest Astros home runs in the StatCast era. That even has the El Reptil all fired up. He was smiling as big as I've ever seen Christian Javier. Well, you mentioned the previous inning. Both Yordan Alvarez and Carlos Correa did something amazing. Hit at the same exit velocity and same launch angle and hit a 415. This is a little better.
That is as center cut as it gets, and Cam knew it off the bat. Doyle went back to the wall. He kind of put his hands up like he couldn't see it, probably because it was bouncing off the ozone.
Backhanded by Castro, who makes a nice play on Loperfido for the 2nd out. 462. That's right up there amongst the elite distances in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, wham, bam. Thank you, Cam. Wow.
Wow. That's exactly right.
That's impressive.
It's not often you can go back and brag on Yordan.
Oh.
But Cam's got bragging rights right now.
Yeah, you could put both of them on the bench right there and have a little conversation. You guys can use my bat if you want.
462. Saw the bullpen. Yainer Diaz bats now with 2 outs. Yainer pops one up. First baseman TJ Rumfield. Now he finds it. Looks like he lost it for a moment, but he recovers in time to get Yainer for the final out. But a monster shot from Cam Smith makes it 3-0.
Get Out and Play is presented by Toyota. Astros outfielders doing a really nice job, and this is a young group with good outs above average numbers. Cam Smith with some great plays. You see in Joey Loperfido, the start of that double play behind Lance McCullers Jr. yesterday. Here's Cam. Take a look at these. Just great work from these guys early on, and they lean on their captain, Jake Myers, of course, with some good communication there, and they're playing in arguably the toughest outfield in the league right now. Positioning, guys, might be a little crazy due to the wind factor, I'm told. There's large gaps, obviously, and then the walls. They're padded and there's chain link, except for right field, where it's chain link on the bottom and it's indented. So this is something they worked on before the game with Cam, just trying to get comfortable out there and remembering all the nuances of Coors Field.
Yeah, Julia, there's more space in the outfield here than any other major league stadium. That's why so many base hits falling in front of the defense in the outfield, because the outfield has to play so deep.
Yeah, the one thing you do assume is that the ball is going to carry here, but at the same time, as deep as the outfield has to play here in Colorado, some broken bats and bloopers can break your heart, because you're a walk, a blooper, and a blast away from a quick 3-run inning. So that's why it makes it so tough in the outfield. It's vast. You have to deal with the elements.
Cam, with those 2 outs above average, has made 2 5-star catches this year in right field, including one against the A's in the last series. That was that sac fly where he took one away. It was a great play, but it was kind of lost in the shuffle of the A's scoring a run. Fernando Tatis Jr. is the only other outfielder with 2 5-star catches this year. And Bolton is rolling along. Cody Bolton has retired the last 6 batters, 4 in a row on strikeouts.
Let's get to know Coors Field, presented by Gallery Furniture, and minimum of 1,000 games played in the ballpark gives you an idea of how this place plays. A lot of runs, most in Major League Baseball. The only thing they're down in is the home runs per game, and that kind of goes to what we were talking about with the broken bat singles and some of the bloops adding to base hits. As this ball flies in the right center field gap, and Cam chases it down.
Another great running catch by Cam. He had to go a long way for that one in the gap. And that's out number 2.
Good play by Cam, but we'll go back and show you a couple more numbers. How about the highest pitcher ERA, 5.61. It is amazing and tough to pitch in this ballpark. But the extra base hits right in there too, 7.5 plus. It's incredible what this place will give up.
So now 2 outs and TJ Rumfield the batter. Astros were hoping for 3 or 4 innings out of Cody Bolton, and here he is with 55 pitches trying to get through the 4th. He's retired the last 7 batters as he's missed on the second pitch to Rumfield. It's 1-1. 5 strikeouts in those 7 batters for Bolton, making his first major league start in the hitter-friendly Coors Field, but it helps when he gets the ball on the ground, and Carlos Correa is there. Another 1-2-3 inning for Bolton. He's retired 8 in a row. We'll see if he comes back out for a 5th inning. 3-0 Astros. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Jack in the Box. The hot mess is back as a munchie meal for Jack's 75th anniversary. By Texas Children's Hospital. And by La Lechonera, flavor that bats 1,000 all year long. Here's Jake Myers, who grounded out his first time up. Jake takes a pitch for ball one. Hits this one towards the middle and through for Myers, picking up his first hit of the game. And the Astros have their leadoff runner on here in the 5th inning. Jake had a couple of hits and a walk, including a home run yesterday, and singles here to set the table for the top of the order. Astros lead 3-0. 3 consecutive 2-out hits in the first. And one of the longest home runs in the last 5 years for the Astros in the 4th off the bat of Cam Smith. Jeremy has a hit in 2 at bats. This is a little bit where the offenses start to pick it up on Ryan Feltner. First time through the lineup, he allows a .248 average. Second time, .255. He allowed 5 hits first 2 times through the lineup, but then in his career, .291 average third time through the lineup with a .561 ERA. As Pena smoked himself in the foot with that foul ball, and it's now 2-1. Feltner getting the start today. The Astros will see a left-hander tomorrow as Kyle Freeland will make the start. And then to be determined who starts against them on Wednesday. There goes the runner. The pitch is a called strike. Head first slide by Myers, and he's tagged out. Second time Myers has been caught stealing. Both times it's been similar, where he went in head first and got tagged on the leg, as Hunter Goodman cuts down Myers for the first out.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and they haven't been good throws that he's been tagged out on. It's been throws up the line towards first base where the middle infielder's been able to catch it and drop it and catch the backside or the leg of Jake Myers. So a good job of staying with it by Julian right there.
Foul ball skied in the air into shallow right. Rumfield and Julian out. The right fielder Johnson calls them both off, and there's 2 away. Julia.
All in all the time is presented by Daily and Black. So we take a look at Jordan and where he ranks this season. There's a lot of ones on this graphic. Joe Espada called him special before today's game, getting a Player of the Week award today. And there's no shock, guys. It's just awe from his teammates. They're in disbelief of how talented he is and what a good hitter he is. Some of the ABs, the patience. He's also just making everyone's lives easier in that lineup, TK. They're all talking about how he makes them better hitters.
Jordan going after the first pitch and grounding one to Karros, and that ends up being a quick inning for Feltner despite the leadoff hit. We're halfway home with the Astros leading 3-0. Astros leading 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Guess who's still out there? That is Cody Bolton in his 5th inning of work. Astros were hoping for 3 or 4 innings, and they're getting a bonus here as Bolton gives up a base hit on the first pitch to Willie Castro, who's now been on base twice. Castro had drawn the only walk from Bolton prior, and now he singles into left field for a leadoff base runner for the Rockies here in the 5th. The Astros did start the inning with their bullpen moving, so they'll be watching Cody very closely here as he's approaching 60 pitches in his first major league start. That is Ryan Weiss, who we assume will be piggybacking with Bolton tonight. Brenton Doyle, the batter, takes one up for ball 1. And quite an outing for Cody Bolton in this hitter's park to limit the Rockies to 3 hits now and just 1 walk.
Oh, he's doing a very good job. He's worked around a little bit of command issues, but still able to last this long is pretty impressive and exactly what the Astros wanted. And there was a little concern with the first hitter of the game getting a base hit off maybe his right lat on his back.
Falling behind Doyle here 2-0, and now it's 3-0. He threw 50 pitches in his first outing out of the bullpen against the Red Sox. So Now in his 5th inning of work, a base hit and now a 3-0 count. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk for a guy who's been throwing strikes the last few innings. So back-to-back base runners for the Rockies. And as you look at how much the bullpen was used yesterday, you can see the dilemma for Joe Espada and Josh Miller as Miller walks out to have a word with his starting pitcher. Blue ball definitely down at 44 pitches. Christian Roa likely down at 27 pitches. Okert's gone back-to-back games, and they're leery of guys going 3 games in a row unless absolutely necessary. So you got to think Ryan Weiss is playing a big role tonight.
Yeah, you would have to. You're right, because using that many pitchers to fight through that ball game yesterday piles up a lot of pitches. You're coming into a ballpark that lends itself to using a lot of pitchers. So at the same time, if Cody Bolton can find a way to muster himself through this inning, that would be massive. Because then you can start scratching guys off that list potentially the deeper Bolton gets into the game.
Got Ryan Weiss who can give you 3 innings, and then Enio De Los Santos wasn't on that list because he was just activated today. So he's another guy who can give you an inning or more. We'll see how they piece it together. First things first, Bolton has to get out of a 1st and 2nd no-out jam as he faces Jake McCarthy here. McCarthy puts a bunt down. Bolton will let Carlos Correa make the play. And Carlos with a strong throw to get McCarthy as they move 2 runners into scoring position here with 1 out.
Rockies playing small ball to try and get back in this game, moving both runners up with that sacrifice bunt. Good play by Carlos, calling off the pitcher right here. He's got a better angle, I would say better arm throwing to first base, not to the plate necessarily. But a better option right there as Joe comes out. The change is going to be made.
63 pitches is what Bolton will end with as he gives up a hit and a walk in the inning. He'll leave with 1 out, and Ryan Weiss will take the mound with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position when we come back in this 3-0 game.
Here we are back in Colorado, bottom of the 5th with 1 out. There's 2 runners being sacrificed over to 2nd and 3rd. The Astros leading 3-0 behind the efforts of Cody Bolton, who's going to give way to Ryan Weiss. 3 games this season, has 6 innings total, giving up 5 hits and earned runs, 7 strikeouts in those 6 innings for Ryan Weiss. He can extend himself. 3 innings in that last time out against the Athletics, and also was a starter in the KBO last year.
First pitch is a slider or a sweeper down. It's 1-0. Well, Kyle Karros, the number 9 batter, struck out looking against Bolton his first time up. Now facing Ryan Weiss out of the pen. And Ryan delivers a fastball at 96 for a strike. It's 1-1.
It's good life.
Third base is Willie Castro. On second base is Brenton Doyle. Cody Bolton goes 4 1/3 innings, allows 3 hits and 2 walks. Struck out 5 while he was in there. He's responsible for the 2 runners on with 1 out in the 5th. A little bit down, 3-1.
Karros might have been sitting fastball. I'm not sure he was sitting 97.
Joe Espada did say before the game to the media that once the Astros get to Seattle to start a string of 13 games in 13 days, he would like to have a 6-man rotation. That one's wide, ball 4, so that'll load up the bases. Second walk of the inning allowed by Astros pitching, and now we'll go back to the top of the order. So if you go to a 6-man rotation, you're going to have to add 2 names to your current rotation list. Cody Bolton would be an option. Obviously, Ryan Weiss would be an option. Spencer Arrighetti, the AAA level, pitching for Sugar Land would be an option. But these 2 guys pitching tonight might be both auditioning for a potential starter's role. And one of the keys for Weiss here is his ability to throw strikes. When he was working in spring training, the only thing that got him a little bit of trouble was occasionally too many pitches out of the zone.
Yeah, it's a tough spot going from a starter in Korea last year to out of that bullpen for the Astros. And
that ball rocketed into right center field. That'll score 2 runs. Cam Smith comes up with it, brings the ball back in. That'll be a 2 RBI hit for Julian. And it's now a 3-2 Astros lead.
What I was going to say, it's a pretty tough ask to come out of that bullpen with traffic out there and immediately start throwing strikes. But that is the job to do right now. And this is a 4-seam fastball yanked across the plate to the inside corner that Julian takes care of and shoots into center field.
First 2 RBIs of the year for Edward. And now first and third. And a ground ball foul. So the final line on Bolton does not look as good as he actually pitched. 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs allowed. As both the runs he left on come in to score. Off the plate, 1-1. Weiss and Cody Ponce were the 1-2 punch last year for the Hanwha Eagles. Ponce signing with the Blue Jays and unfortunately getting injured in his first major league start this year. Weiss is a guy who has pitched out of the bullpen exclusively for the Astros, but his long-term desire is to be a starting pitcher at the big league level.
Really see the wind moving on the field.
Another ground ball foul. Count stays 1-2 on Moniak. That one popped up. Does Correa have room? If so, it's a big out. Carlos makes the catch and then goes into the netting. Way to stay with it, Carlos Correa for the second out.
Very nice play from Carlos. Not playing a lot of games here in Colorado and had a little bit of a ways to go playing off the line with the left-hand hitter, but did not give up on it. Nice play.
Caught it just before it got to the netting there. That's a big out for Weiss and the Astros. Now he has to go after their best hitter from last season, Hunter Goodman. And the first pitch misses wide, 1-0. Goodman lined out his first time up, struck out his last time up. He was the 5th and final strikeout for Bolton. On the ground towards, Pena didn't get a very good read on that as it goes into left field for a base hit. That ball was not too far to Jeremy's left, and I'm not sure if he slipped or misread it off the bat. That'll be an RBI single to tie the game for Goodman.
He had to slip, right?
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
He went right. He didn't read that off the bat. I wonder if he got so far inside that it kind of gave the illusion that it was going to the left. But I agree with you. Off the bat, it looked like Jeremy was going to have a chance to at least knock it down.
It was a hard hit ground ball, but close enough to the Astros shortstop that you thought the play would be made. So now a third run scores and a no decision on the ledger for Cody Bolton, although he hadn't gone 5 innings anyhow. Here's the pitch home. It's a strike, and it's 0-1. So 3 runs in the inning to tie it for the Rockies. There's going to be a challenge here from Johnston. Rockies have already lost 1 challenge. Ooh. And they're going to lose their second challenge.
The pitch is a strike. Colorado is out of challenges.
So in the 5th inning, the Rockies have used up both of their challenges. It was Kyle Karros earlier with the challenge that was confirmed, and now Troy Johnston with the second challenge also confirmed, and now he's down on the count 0-2.
They're aggressive at the plate. They're aggressive with their challenges. This one you could argue a little bit, maybe. Go from a 1-1 count to an 0-2 count with a couple of runners on, but before the 5th inning, they're gone.
This one right to Pena, and oh, it hits the bag. What is going on this inning? That would have been an easy out to end the inning. So we saw a ground ball where Jeremy broke the wrong way. Now a ground ball hit right at Jeremy, and this one hits the bag and goes into the outfield for a Rockies 4-3 lead.
Isn't it crazy from our vantage point back here? You could almost see it happening as we can almost anticipate it from where that ball was hit. But just catching the bag and hopping over Jeremy into center field as the luck has gone the way of the Colorado Rockies.
Bigger bases, we see more ground balls up the middle, hit second base the past couple of years than we ever saw before. And some bad luck in this inning as Ryan Weiss has now allowed 3 hits and a walk to the first 5 batters he has faced. He's got TJ Rumfield, power hitting first baseman, with a .992 OPS on the season, who's 0 for 2 today. Pitch misses 1-0. 9th batter of the inning for the Rockies. That ball hit deep to center field. Myers on the move, still on the move, and he will try to reach out and can't make the play. 2 more runs scored for the Rockies. Into third base goes Rumfield. The throw gets past Pena, and Christian Walker will have to corral it on the infield. That'll be a 2 RBI triple, and this nightmare inning for the Astros continues. It's now a 6-3 Rockies lead.
Everything pretty much starting with the base hit, a walk, and the Rockies playing small ball early with a sac bunt. But now they are getting some breaks, and this ball hit hard. Off the left-handed bat, just slicing away from Jake. It looked like he might have had a chance, but just too much tail on that ball to catch up with it. That part of this ballpark here in Denver is notorious for giving up triples.
The pitch down to Willie Castro. Castro started the inning with a single to left against Cody Bolton. 2 runs charged this inning to Bolton, the other 4 against Ryan Weiss. There's a called strike. It's 1-1. The Astros haven't given up very many outs this year, but when they have, it has really bitten them hard. Niner Diaz failed to catch a pop-up in that series against the A's. And this ball is laced into right field. That'll be another run. Willie Castro's on base for the 3rd time. It's a 7-run Rockies inning. It's now 7-3 Colorado.
Now they're teeing off.
In this inning, Blummer, it was a sharply hit ground ball that we're still not sure what happened with Jeremy Pena, but it looked like it was a play he normally would make, and it just was a misread off the bat. Pena went right, and the ball was to his left, and it ended up being, instead of the 3rd out, the middle of a 7-run rally. It would have been a 3-2 game in favor of the Astros had he made that play.
No, you're right. Sometimes the ball off the bat can fool you a little bit, and Jeremy is a Gold Glove shortstop, but that ball fooled him completely, and it's led to a big inning. Saw something similar in Oakland on a pop-up. With this Astros bullpen, I know the rotation too. This pitching staff has gotten beat around a little bit. But coming into this game, the Astros relievers had a 5.85 ERA, and that's going to grow.
That one towards Pena, and he mishandles it. Wow.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Jeremy Pena wants to hide somewhere. He is not enjoying this inning.
Very uncharacteristic.
That was actually further to his left than the ball that got into left field. But he had time to get there and just didn't make the play.
It was in the glove. It just didn't stay.
That'll go down as an error undoubtedly, and Jake McCarthy will bat.
That right arm, Ryan Weiss is getting taxed.
Man, 25 pitches, 26 pitches in the inning. He came on after 3 batters in that inning. McCarthy sacrifice bunt in the middle of this crazy inning. One of the 2 outs the Astros have recorded. As he is now the 12th man to hit in the 5th. Weiss is 3-0. Four-pitch walk to load him up. Josh Miller is going to have to come out and give his guy a breather here, as he is approaching 30 pitches in the inning, and here comes the Astros pitching coach with the bases loaded and still 2 outs. Now word from Jack in the Box.
Hot Mess is back with spicy jalapenos, onion rings, and gooey pepper jack cheese.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
This is a tough conversation right here. You're getting ground balls. Keep doing what you're doing. Try and avoid the walk. Use that defense that's usually pretty good behind you, but a little bit of a spiraling out of control here in Denver.
Ryan Weiss allowed 1 run in his first 3 outings. It was to the very first batter he faced when Zach Neto hit one into the Crawford boxes. It would have been a home run in 1 out of 30 stadiums. Since then, he hadn't allowed any runs until tonight. Now he's allowed 5. The last one will be unearned, but 5 runs nonetheless.
The catcher is challenging the call of ball.
Yainer Diaz catching will challenge that call of a ball. It's the first pitch of the at-bat, and it was well underneath the zone.
Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
So Yainer trying to do anything he can to help out Ryan Weiss, but that one was not a good challenge.
I felt the same way as soon as that pitch came in. You're just trying to steal one for your pitcher to get him into the count.
That one fouled. It's 1-1. 13th batter of the inning. Karros was the first batter that Weiss faced, so Weiss now facing his 10th batter in this inning out of the pen. That's going to continue the inning. A sharply hit base hit to right. Being held at third is going to be Doyle. In to score Castro. Castro scores his 2nd run of the inning. And the inning continues for the Rockies. It's now 8-3. Astros have to figure out a way to get out of this inning. They do have their bullpen going right now, but they don't have many options behind Weiss today, and that is the newest Astro, Enyel De Los Santos, who was just called up to replace Roddery Munoz today. Back to the top of the order we go for Edouard Julien. Julien takes one down and in. Amazing how things have transpired here after the ground ball hit by Goodman tied the game at 3. into left field. Loperfido has it lined up, and this will mercifully end the inning. But 14 batters come to the plate, and the Rockies score 8 runs. They lead it 8-3.
Enjoy the premier experience at Daikin Park with group and suite tickets. Whether you're looking to host colleagues, clients, or friends, there's an option for you. Visit astros.com/groups or astros.com/suites to learn more. TK?
All right, Julia, on we go to the 6th inning after a really tough bottom half of the 5th as the Astros now trail 8-3. Rockies sending 14 men to the plate and scoring 8 runs in that inning. That's the bad news. The good news is the Astros still have 4 at-bats to work with in the most hitter-friendly stadium in the major leagues. But looking back at that last inning, I think as one game leads to another, if Joe Espada had his full allotment of bullpen available today, he might have been content with 4 innings out of Cody Bolton and said, you know what, I can cover 5 with my full bullpen.
True.
But because he's so taxed, he tried to squeeze 1 more inning out of Cody. And then obviously things got away from Ryan Weiss after that.
Well, and it forced Ryan Weiss into an unclean inning. He probably would have liked to have brought him into a clean inning. He wasn't able to because of that fact. He was trying to push Cody Bolton. And why not? Like you said, because the bullpen being used so much in yesterday's game. Granted, it was a day game to a night game, so you had a little more time off maybe, but still not easy. And it's you got to play some serious chess with your bullpen sometimes after games like that.
Jose Altuve, who picked up career hit number 2,400 his first time up on a double, now takes one inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Not only is Altuve one of 2 active players along with Freddie Freeman with 2,400 or more hits, he's also one of 128 in Major League history who have reached that number. He sends this one into left center field, pretty well hit, and that is going to split a gap and go all the way to the wall. Jose's got at least 2. He's going to hold up there as Doyle gets the ball back in. Altuve's second double of the game and his 4th on the season.
Good swing on a pitch up that just kind of fluttered there. It was a sweeper that just never got to its spot. And as hot as Jose Altuve is going, he crushed it into that left center field gap for that leadoff double. This Astros offense really doesn't have much quit in them. It's a little bit steeper mountain for them to climb, but we are in Colorado.
Well, we saw them come back yesterday down 5-3 to tie the game at 5, and then they were down 9-5 and tied it at 9. Carlos Correa has an RBI double. He also flied to straightaway center field about 413 feet away from home plate. He had the same launch angle and same exit velocity as Yordan Alvarez, and his went 1 foot shorter.
Yeah, I felt it. I don't know if you did, but there was just a hint of a breeze as that ball was flying.
And the pitch coming in was not quite as firm as the one Yordan hit. But yeah, 1 foot shorter was Correa's drive to center. Now he's got a 2-0 count. And Carlos has a 3-0 count. Ryan Feltner hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, but he sure had a long wait.
Yeah, he did. Because right now the line score for the Rockies looks like my golf scorecard. Par, 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 snowman.
There's a 3-0 strike.
Yeah, this bullpen's in tough shape coming into this game. Those numbers are not going to help.
Hey, guess who's hitting with a runner in scoring position for the third time?
Let me guess. I'm not even going to watch the game, and I'm going to say Carlos.
Correa has taken an insurmountable lead in that category as he draws a walk ahead of Christian Walker. That'll be first and second, nobody out.
Well, there you go, base hit and a walk, and now you've got Christian Walker up there with the potential to do damage, and this is kind of where he's been doing damage, all through the heart of the plate. And what's good for me to see is the pitches up in the zone. These are all slugging percentage, overall 649 slug, but he is doing a very good job down the heart of the plate. Those are mistakes, even taking advantage of some belt high pitches on the inside. But he's also doing a good job of covering that down and away corner. A lot of times the pitches down there will be curveballs or sliders.
Well, Walker, who has himself an RBI base hit his first time up. He and Yordan Alvarez have led the way for the Astros in WPA, win probability added this year. second and third, behind only Young of the Mariners. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Christian came into the game with 1,053 OPS in his first 10 games of the season. That is the best of any 10-game stretch at any point last year. 1,053 is his new high water mark for any 10-game stretch as an Astro now in a year in the first week and a half of this season. He's down in the count here, 0-2. Christian line drive, but it's caught. Hit the ball hard, but TJ Rumfield was right there. So even on an 0-2 count, Christian putting a solid swing on that pitch. Julia.
What's on Tap is presented by Lawn Mower Blonde. We thought Cam Smith loves Sacramento's ballpark, but he's pretty comfortable here at Coors Field. The first experience was his rookie season. He was 8 for 15 last year. Now he's just padding these numbers today already. That home run, it was a deep home run too to get.
Cam goes out to the first pitch and bounces a foul.
Yeah, deep home run qualifies at 462. Tell you what, one more big swing right here. You cut that lead in half.
Slider missing 1-1. You see Feltner snatch that pitch back.
Really wanted that one, huh?
Rockies start to get their bullpen going in this 6th inning of an 8-3 game. That one missing 2-1. That's down 3-1. So Feltner, who's been around the plate most of the night, hasn't walked many, has walked Correa in this inning. That was his first walk of the game. And now he's 3-1 on Cam Smith. Rockies have their bullpen going as Cam takes one for ball 4. That'll be the second walk of the inning and the second walk of the game allowed by Feltner. And that'll draw a visit at the mound. And that is the manager, Warren Schaefer, who's going to go to his bullpen here. So the Astros will have the bases loaded and 1 out with Joey Loperfido at the plate. We'll have a pitching change. I'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back.
Back here in Denver, and our Astros trivia is going to be powered by Reliant. The question, which Astro has the furthest career home run hit at Coors Field? Not sure if it's changed with Cam's swing early in the game, but who is that Astro that has hit the furthest career home run at Coors Field? We'll get back to you with the answer. Astros trivia powered by Reliant. New pitcher into this game. It's going to be a familiar face, Jimmy Herget. This will be his 16th appearance against the Astros, spending a lot of time with the Angels over the years and a season with the Rangers. There you see in 4 games this season, hasn't allowed an earned run yet. He'll bring a little bit of the funk too. Short stride, 3/4 delivery.
So he faces Joey Loperfido here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Loperfido has grounded out twice to shortstop. Herget has not allowed a hit against a left-handed hitter all year. They are 0 for 6 against him. And he is quickly ahead of Loperfido, 0-2. Feltner with 2 walks in the inning and a double by Altuve, leaving with the bases loaded. And now Herget facing Loperfido, and Herget having trouble hearing the pitch comm. Second Rockies pitcher today, a little issue with the pitch comm receiver. Again, the Rockies call their pitches from the dugout. with a lone Leishman, the pitching coach, calling the pitches and then signaled in by Hunter Goodman. Ready to go.
Well, he's actually got the pitch comm on his belt. So I wonder if he's
he's
on his
doing
own.
home pitches. There you go.
That's what he was worried about. He wasn't able to signal him home.
Yeah, it wasn't the receiver. It was actually.
Yeah, I've been watching their pitching coach, and he's been given three numbers, a sequence of 3 numbers.
This ball lofted into left field, deep enough to score a run. Tag up at third. He'll head home. McCarthy's throw comes into third. That'll be a sac fly for Loperfido. Jose scores his second run of the night, and now the Astros trail 8-4.
Good at bat by Joey.
So Loperfido drives in his 4th run of the year. Altuve scores his team-leading 12th run of the year, and now it's Yainer Diaz with 2 on and 2 outs. Yainer waves at the slider, 0-1. Mentioned the Astros have faced Herget a bunch. Yainer does have a hit against him in his lone at bat against Herget. He saw 3 straight curveballs in a game in 23 when Herget was with the Angels and picked up a base hit. This one's in for a ball, 1-1. Double and a couple of walks in the inning, and the Astros have played it a run with a sac fly. That one's wide, 2-1. Good take by Yainer. Oh, they said he swung. Charlie Ramos said he went too far. That turns a 3-1 count to a 2-2 count. Astros led 3-0. Rockies scored 8 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Astros answering with one here in the inning and looking for more, with Yainer battling here with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Rare fastball. This is only the 3rd one in this inning. All 3 of them been thrown to Yainer. Try and catch him leaking over that outside corner and tie him up.
Well, he's definitely right up on the plate as much as he ever is, just trying to take away that outside part of the plate from Herget. Puts the ball in the air to right field, playable for Troy Johnson. Rockies right fielder makes the play for the final out of the inning. Astros get a run on a hit and 2 walks. It's now an 8-4 game.
The road trip continues tomorrow night with Game 2 in Denver against the Rockies. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. with Astros pregame presented by Toyota. SCHN is your home for Houston Astros baseball.
Well, after a real tough first inning for Ryan Weiss, he's back out there for 2nd inning of work as he faces the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Weiss came on 3 batters into that inning. Had to face 11 batters himself as the Rockies sent 14 men to the plate in the 5th inning, but now he works to start the 6th inning against Mickey Moniak and gets a swing and a miss on the changeup. Grounded foul, it's 0-2. For Ryan, his 4th appearance all out of the bullpen for the Astros. Picked up 3 innings on Friday. He was pretty efficient that night against the A's, as he only threw 38 pitches to get through 3 innings. He's approaching that number here as he strikes out Moniak for the first out of the 6th inning.
A couple of changeups and a sweeper, and he's moving on to the next guy.
It'd be nice to see if he can bounce back now with a clean inning in the 6th inning and maybe even get them through the 7th. He's a guy who has been stretched out. I mentioned the Astros having some spots in that 5th and 6th spots in the rotation, and Weiss would like to be a part of that if possible. This one popped up behind the plate, and Yainer Diaz will put it away. Nice play by Yainer, getting back and making that play right in front of the screen for the 2nd out.
It was. I wasn't sure that ball was staying in.
So 2 quick outs this inning for Ryan.
Pitch was up and in, not popped very high, so he had to get back there quickly. Good reaction from Yainer. Dodging the umpire and ditching the mask, making the play.
Now 2 outs, bases empty, and Troy Johnston, the batter. He doubled his last at bat to knock in the go-ahead run. And he hammers this one high and deep to right field. Is it in the 3rd deck? No, it's in the lower bowl, but that was well struck by Troy Johnston for his 2nd home run of the season. And he now makes it, once again, a 5-run lead for the Rockies.
Rockies get that run back on a sweeper. That was in off the plate. Pretty good job of Johnson just to keep that fair.
He hammers this.
Came right back to him into that swing path.
Now line drive over the head of Altuve. Back-to-back base hits here with 2 outs. The Rockies coming out swinging here the last couple of innings. TJ Rumfield, who was 0 for 2 against Cody Bolton, has now had 2 hits in as many innings. So has that guy, Troy Johnston. Rockies had 2 hits in the first 4 innings combined, and now they have 9 hits the last inning and 2/3. Willie Castro has 2 of those hits. He had 2 hits and 2 runs scored in that 8-run 5th. Altuve to his right will make the play to first. Good play by Walker on the other side to end the inning. But a home run makes it a 5-run game again. It's now 9-4 Rockies.
Let's go for a drive around the league, brought to you by Christian Brothers Automotive. And you're going to see Sandy Alcantara healthy and pitching well again. He's got a complete game under his belt in his first couple of starts and a 0 ERA. Juan Soto finds himself on the injured list early with a calf issue. And the Blue Jays are having a similar issue to the Astros last season, putting almost an entire pitching rotation on the injured list. A lot of big names in that rotation on the injured list early for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Blue Jays getting pounded tonight at Rogers Center, 14-2. They're now 4-6 on the season. The defending AL champs off to a rough start. Jake Myers will take a strike here. Blue Jays lost a series. To the Athletics earlier this season. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Jimmy Herget back for his first full inning award. Jake Myers singled his last time up. Herget came on, allowed a sac fly, and then got a fly out for the 2nd out. And here he strikes out Myers for the first out of the 7th inning. Astros down 5 once again as they bat here in this inning. Actually, the Blue Jays swept the A's. It was losing the series to the Rockies. That was a surprise when the Blue Jays lost 2 out of 3 to this Colorado team earlier in late March and early April. Then they went into Chicago and got swept by the White Sox. Pena takes a pitch for a ball. Jeremy 1 for 3 today. Hits it hard, but foul. And it's a 1-1 count on Pena. Jeremy 4 for 10 on the trip. Now batting .280 on the season. Fouled back, it's 1-2.
I would imagine you're going to start to see Jeremy a little more consistently out there at shortstop.
Back-to-back games Friday and Saturday. See if he gets back. See if he gets back-to-back games tomorrow here in Denver. Tried to hold off on that full swing, a half swing for a foul ball. Hergen hasn't allowed a run this year. Now in his 5th appearance, he's gone 5 1/3 innings without a run scoring on him. Jeremy had to protect there with 2 strikes and fouls 1 away.
Yeah, you got to stay on that sweeper as a right-handed hitter when it's inside. He's trying to just get that back to the plate. Pretty good job by JP extending this at bat.
Pena has really good numbers against Herget prior to tonight. 3 for 4 with a home run and a walk. As he takes one in, it's 2-2. His home run against Herget came on a slider. Gets a fastball off the plate here. Now Jeremy has worked himself into a full count. Little looper into left center field. We talked about the vast outfield here at Coors Field. That's what can happen. Jeremy trying to stretch it into a double, and he'll get in there with a head-first slide. Pena with a double here with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Hustle double by Jeremy. As a hitter, you know that the outfielders are playing deep. So out of the box on a softly hit baseball, Jeremy probably left the box in first gear. And by the time he hit first base, he was in 5th. Oh, here he turns it on and says, I'm going to go get me some.
That is hit number 8 for the Astros. Still looking for his first hit of the night is Yordan Alvarez in his first start at Coors Field. Yordan has struck out, lined out, and grounded out. The big man came in with a 1478 OPS. It's down to 1360 now with his 0 for 3. This is the first pitcher, Herget, who has kind of worked around him. Feltner kind of went after Yordan a little bit other than that first at bat.
He did attack him, gave him some chances to make some swings. He, I guess you could say, just missed one and hit it 415 feet to center, but it's not going to hit a 5-run home run right here. Well, he hits them that far where they should count for extra runs, but being extra careful here with a 5-run lead and only one runner on.
Well, Tuve on deck. He already has a couple of doubles and a couple of runs scored tonight. That's down and away, 3-1. Yordan never has had a hit here at Coors Field, only his 5th career plate appearance. And he hits one high in the air to right field, but it was off the end of the bat, and Troy Johnston has it lined up. Pena will tag and get the third. That'll be the second out of the inning. Jordan never dropped the bat, and he's out number 2. Gear up during the 2026 season as the Astros at the Astros Center Field Team Store. You can shop the latest hats, shirts, jerseys, and commemorative items today. Visit astros.com/team store for store hours and information. Here's Jose Altuve, already 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles tonight. Jose has that season average up to 371. Altuve takes a strike, 0-1. As opposed to his double play partner, Jeremy Pena, who loves facing Herget. He's now 4 for 5. Altuve has not enjoyed facing Herget. He's 0 for 6 with a couple of strikeouts. Now he's down in the count here to the right-hander, 0-2. Just enough to stay alive as he spins one into the Rockies dugout.
Now, some guys, you just don't pick the ball up well out of their hand. This definitely seems like one for Jose.
When he has struck out against Herget, both times he's been struck out on sliders. Stays alive by putting this ball in play. Carroll's with the bare hand, and he lost the grip on it. That'll be an infield hit for Altuve and an RBI, and the Astros get another run here. It is now a 9-5 game as Altuve drives in the run.
Oh, she's a beauty, Clark. Just a rollover that was tapped. Carroll's went do or die with the bare hand. He would have taken a perfect play because out of the box, Altuve motoring.
So now Carlos Correa. First time Correa has batted without a runner in scoring position. He's got one on first, though, with 2 outs in a 9-5 game. Carlos takes one off the plate, ball 1.
Jose made it down the line, 29.6 feet per second.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Herget was mad after that called ball on the first pitch to Correa, but there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, you just got to go hang out with Uncle Hank on that one. Good old hang with him.
Rockies do not have a challenge remaining. And now Hunter Goodman going out to talk to Herget. Maybe having trouble hearing the pitch count, or maybe saying, hey, I know that was a strike, but there's nothing we can do about it. So the Astros scoring a single run in 3 of the last 4 innings. Well, they trail by 4 because the Rockies have the biggest inning of the night with that 8-run 5th.
Do they even supply stirrups? Like, would a big league team even buy stirrups for guys on their team? He's got to be on his own, doesn't he?
I would think.
Yeah, but those things are long gone.
Old school as it gets. That one skied high in the air into right field. Plenty of time for Troy Johnston to get there as he calls off Edouard Julien. That'll do it for the Astros in the 7th. They do get a run back on a couple of hits. Jose Altuve has 3 hits tonight. It's 7th inning stretch time. We're going to head to Houston. Check in with Esh and Bogey in our Rooms to Go lounge.
The best of Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford, and Cody Bolton did a great job in a spot start for the Astros. First of his career right here in Colorado. Looked great for four innings. Went out for the 5th, and that's when 2 of his runs came around when Ryan Weiss came in. But overall, a great outing, 63 pitches, 5 strikeouts for Cody Bolton.
Ryan Weiss back out there. He had a more efficient 6th inning after that tough 5th. He did allow a solo home run to Troy Johnston. As he now begins the 7th inning facing the bottom 3 in the order, Brenton Doyle, Jake McCarthy, and Kyle Karros. Chop foul at the plate And it's 1-1. Nine runs on 11 hits for the Rockies. They scored 8 runs on 7 hits in the 5th inning alone. Counts 1-2. Rockies came in with a record of 3-6 on the year. Didn't miss by much. It's 2-2. Rockies looking to win back-to-back games for the first time this year after beating the Phillies yesterday 4-1.
Might have clipped it, huh? That one counts.
Gets him on the next pitch as Weiss picks up a strikeout, his second of his outing, and there's one away in the 7th.
Good sweeper from Weiss. This one running well away from Doyle.
McCarthy likes bunting.
I guess it's part of the Rangers' game plan. The only time I bunted in this ballpark is because the manager forced me to.
Must have been so agitated. Here's an 0-1 count to McCarthy.
Unless he fell off the first 2. Whoops. My bad.
Sorry.
I'm in swing mode now.
Now he's in swing mode. It's 0-2. McCarthy was credited with a sacrifice back in the 5th inning. At that point, it was 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. They changed pitchers. Bolton was relieved by Ryan Weiss. Weiss walked the 9-hitter Kyle Karros, which wasn't ideal, and then Edouard Julien singled in 2. And Weiss got Moniak to pop up. Then on the most pivotal play of the game, and one of the strangest plays we've seen, there was a ground ball hit by Hunter Goodman that could have been the final out of the inning. It was just a couple of feet to the left of Pena, but he actually broke right, and it went into left field for a hit. It was bad enough that tied the game at 3 instead of being the last out of the inning, but then it would lead to 5 more runs after that. And there was another error in the inning made by Pena, so it was just a really tough miscue on a play that's normally made. 2-2 pitch is fouled back.
That's amazing how that led to the string of events that led to those runs.
He's trying to get through 3 innings. His pitch count is at 53, by far his longest of his young major league career. Another one fouled back. Got him. Well, Weiss in this 3rd inning of work has picked up a couple of strikeouts, now has 3 in the game.
Get Astros updates and offers on your phone. Receive exclusive Astros news, pre-sales, content, and more by signing up for Astros text messages. Text Astros to 26099 to join today.
The 3 previous outings for Weiss, he's gone from 22 pitches to 33 pitches to 38. So now you would think he's nearing his limit as he approaches 60 tonight. We saw Cody Bolton go 63 pitches. There's a strike called. It's 1-1. He's looked as good this inning as we've seen him at any point in his outing.
Now, if he's able to be consistent with that sweeper, I think that's what makes his fastball really good. He's seeing some awkward swings when he's throwing the good sweeper.
That was close.
He's kind of tantalizing off that outside edge. The only issue is sometimes you can be heavy on one side of the plate.
That's a swing. 2-2 the count.
See if he throws another one or goes back to that fastball away. Probably just throw another sweeper here. It's a fastball in 97. Probably wanted that one a little further off that outside edge.
Karros was on base twice in the 5th inning with a walk and a single. Stayers 3-2. Daniel De Los Santos continues to warm in the Astros pen. Called third strike. That'll end the inning as White strikes out the side, getting Doyle, McCarthy, and Karros in order. We head to the 8th. Astros down 9-5.
Introducing a new way to pay for your favorite ballpark treat. Astros Wallet provides a seamless way for fans to manage tickets and concession credit in one wallet experience. Learn more at astros.com/wallet. TK, I heard there's some new ballpark eats here we might have to try maybe on the day game.
What are you hearing?
The Glazilla. It's a rather large hot dog. And something about donuts that are also pizza. I'm working on the case.
You're not really selling it, Julia.
She'll be on it.
She'll be on it, yeah.
Wednesday afternoon. Stay tuned.
Not going to do the 9 and 9?
No. No. And be standing up at the end of it.
I was going to say, that's what I did yesterday.
Never heard of pizza donuts before, but apparently we will on Wednesday. Rockies have a new pitcher here in the 8th inning as Christian Walker leads off with a 1-2 count.
Zach Agnos into the game. He's going to bring a little bit of everything. He's got a sweeper, cutter, 4-seam, 2-seam, split, curve. He's not going to light up the radar gun. Can get around 94 with that sinker. First time facing the Astros in his career.
Agnos, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Rockies after Ryan Feltner, the starter, went 5 1/3, and Jimmy Herget got the last inning and 2/3 under his belt. Walker has an RBI single and 3 at-bats today. And he loops this one towards right field. Back on it, the second baseman, Julian, can't quite get there, and Christian has his 2nd hit of the night. That won't go down as one of his league-leading hard hits, but he'll take that as a base knock anyhow.
Knocks are knocks, and we're going to go look at our Astros trivia powered by Reliant. Which Astro has the furthest career home run hit at Coors Field? Who is Cam Smith? There you go. 4th inning tonight, 462-footer.
You know what the craziest part about that home run was?
What is?
StatCast is telling us that the wind was coming in from center field on that home run.
Wow.
And it said, according to StatCast, that it impacted that home run by 21 feet.
Stop. 21 feet?
21 feet, Plummer.
I am not good at math, but that is 483 feet.
483 without.
I did math, guys.
483 without wind.
Man, oh man.
That would have been the longest home run in Astros history in the StatCast era, which started back in, I think, like 08.
That's incredible.
But the wind blew it. 2015 is when StatCast started tracking.
Man, just beat that home run down. So you're calling that a wall scraper.
So since 2015, it's the 9th longest home run in Astros history.
Okay.
Without wind, it would have been the longest, surpassing the monster shot by, was it Carlos Correa in Minnesota?
Oh man, that was a bomb. Springer had a good one.
Oh, Springer had that one against Brett Anderson. Well, Springer's got the record. Carlos has went 474, and then Springer has one at 476.
Is that the Carlos one? That was in Baltimore, wasn't it?
Carlos's was in.
Remember that
yeah,
one
that's
he hit
right.
Baltimore over the
yes.
bullpen?
This one hit pretty
Get
well
over
to
his
right,
head.
and that's going to get over the head of Troy Johnston. Cam Smith has another extra base hit. Going to third, Christian Walker. Cam has added a double to a home run and a walk tonight, and all of a sudden the Astros with second and third and no.
Good swings from Cam. Julia mentioning that he is very comfortable in this ballpark. It's a good road trip for him to rack up some base knocks, and he is. Took a nice fastball down at 94 and just shot it on a line over the head of the right fielder, Johnston. So the Astros in business.
Joey Loperfido has a sac fly and a couple of ground outs in this game. Now bats with the infield back here to nobody out. Astros down by 4. They had the tying run on deck.
Agnos has had issues keeping runners from scoring. 31 and a third innings last year, gave up 23 earned runs, 3 and a third innings this season, giving up 3.
All 3 came in his last outing against the Blue Jays, where he went 2 innings and gave up 7 hits. The Astros getting a couple of base hits here. The first one not hit hard by Christian Walker. The last one hit well by Cam Smith. Yeah, you're right. Correa's was in Baltimore.
That was the one over the bullpen. I remember we were just
But Cam would have had one 483 tonight without any wind.
Man, that's crazy.
In for ball 3, 3-1. Agnos is 1 pitch away from bringing the tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning. The Astros continue to try to rally, just like yesterday. They were down 9-5 by the same score and rallied for 4 runs in the 8th inning to tie it at 9. Towards the middle, that'll score a run, and it'll move the runner to third as well. But Loperfido retired for the third down ball to short. But he'll get his second RBI. It's now 9-6. Yainer Diaz will bat. Yainer looking for his first hit. Yainer had again West Sacramento 5 for 14. Slashes this one foul. It's 0-1. At this point, you want to get the run home in any way possible.
100%. Oh man, yeah, TK.
If you get within 2 going into the 9th inning and you have the top of the order due up, that will bode well. If you keep the inning alive with a base hit, then all of a sudden you have the tying run at the plate. Infield is still back here. So Yainer just needs to make contact. He is a guy who has hit the ball on the ground more than any other hitter in the Astros lineup this year, and one of the highest ground ball percentages in all of baseball. And there's a ground ball, but it finds a hole. Yainer with a base hit to right. It's now 9-7 Astros. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the 8th inning.
TK should be a hitting coach. That was very well thought out, very well explained, and then it was very well executed by Yainer Diaz.
The Rockies bullpen stirring again as the Astros have put 2 runs on Agnos here.
That is a swing that said, I'm going to hit the ball on the ground somehow, some way. And he had both corner positions playing deep, so he was just going to let that ball travel, maybe jam himself a little bit. But in doing so, it allowed him to go to a big part of the infield where there wasn't a fielder. It's amazing how uncomfortable these games can be here in the Rockies.
Very similar to yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Juan Mejia warming up. Jake Myers sends one into right center field. Pretty well tagged. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Yainer Diaz heading to third. He's going to be held up. Jake Myers into second with a ringing double, and the Astros have the tying run at second with 1 out in the 8th.
Jake with the rake. That home run yesterday seems to have gotten him locked in. The Astros are in business with a couple of runners on, getting back to the top of the lineup. That's just a little cutter that just flattened out. Jake showed us last year that going to the opposite field was what allowed him to hit at such a high average last season. And he knocked Agnos out of this game.
So the third pitcher, Zach Agnos, will leave after giving up 4 hits to the 5 batters he faces. We'll have a new pitcher, Juan Mejia, when we come back.
Back here in Denver, the top of the 8th with 1 out. Astros have a runner at second and third, and they're base hit away from tying this game up. One big swing away from actually taking the lead. And the Rockies are going to go to Juan Mejia, 3 games this season, a 4.15 ERA through 4 innings against the Astros last season. His fastball can get up to 97, 98 miles an hour. He's going to probably throw more sliders to right-handed hitters than fastballs.
2 runners on in a 2-run game, and Pena waves through the slider. It's 0-1. Jeremy faced Mejia twice in that series at Dyken Park last year against the Rockies, and Mejia was able to strike him out both times. You got Yainer Diaz on third. You got Jake Myers on second. You have the infield back with 1 out.
Yeah, this is still that runner at third, less than 2.
Jeremy pops it up into right field. Is it deep enough? Coming on is Troy Johnston. Tagging at third is Yainer. He's going to try to score. No, he's going to stop. Great throw by Johnston. Pena unable to hit the ball deep enough to right to score the run, and that's a big second out for the Rockies.
That was a good read by Yainer. He actually took a break like he was going to go home, but as soon as he recognized that throw was going to come in, he put on the brakes, and with first base open, Rodon's going to take it.
Well, we talked about this scenario in West Sacramento. The A's elected not to walk Jordan as the go-ahead run, which is unorthodox in baseball strategy. Jordan is the go-ahead run here, but with the base open and as hot as he is, the Rockies' Warren Schaefer will intentionally walk Jordan, now a 4th intentional walk on the year to lead the major leagues. Here's Altuve, 3 hits already.
He is yet to hit a homer in the Mile High City.
He has 30 career hits here and no home runs.
Unreal.
He is 30 for 85 with his 3 for 4 today. Little tapper towards short. Played there and a flip to second just ahead of Alvarez on the fielder's choice to end the inning. Astros get 2, but they strand the bases loaded, still 9-7. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Johnson Services Company, Texas's favorite fence company. Call or text us today for a free fence quote. By Shoppers, come see why we are your Houston area John Deere experts. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The pitcher into this game is going to be Enyel De Los Santos, making his 2026 debut with the Astros. Getting some rehab assignment down there in AA, AAA. Looked good last season with the Astros and the Atlanta Braves through 66 total innings.
De Los Santos took a little more than the spring training time to get ready. The Astros wanted to see him ramp up his velocity and pitch back-to-back games. Helped to make a tough play on this swinging bunt, and he does so. Enyel De Los Santos challenged on the first batter of the season for him as Edward Julian is thrown out on a close play, and a nice play by Enyel.
Well, the last thing you want to do after coming back from a rehab assignment is have to make a play off the bump, but that's exactly what Enyel did. Reacted nicely, got over there. What I like is the bare hand, plant the feet, and throw a dart. That was a great play by Enyel.
Now Mickey Moniak, the batter. And out in front of a changeup, it's 0-1.
A lot of off speed to Moniak in this game.
Fouled off of Yainer, who seems to be okay. It's now 0-2. Astros down by 2. They can keep it this way. They will have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the ninth. Carlos Correa, Christian Walker, Cam Smith. That ball's hit hard into right field, down for a hit. Cam boots it on a couple of hops. A rare mistake by Cam Smith. Gold Glove finalist last year in right field. Had that ball jump on him and he couldn't make catch on the second bounce. That'll probably be a hit and an error.
Defensive oddities in this game for the Astros. This is one of them. 1-2. There's a nice long hop to go get. Maybe just took his eye off it a little bit. And Moniak takes advantage of it.
Did not look like Moniak was going to go for second, but maybe Cam was checking him to see. Now Hunter Goodman, the batter. Goodman skies one into left. Playable for Joey Loperfido. Goodman just got under this one. It's way up in the air. That'll be the second out of the inning. Time to take a look at the results of tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. We asked you about defense, which has been better this year than the last couple of games for the Astros. Which Astros defensive star will be the team's defensive MVP this year? And Carlos Correa wins the poll with 52%. Cam Smith and Jeremy Pena both end up very close at 26 and 22% respectively, thanks to those who voted in tonight's Stroh poll. Now Troy Johnston, who hit a home run his last time up, put the 7th run, 6 of them earned, on Ryan Weiss in his 2 2/3 innings. Weiss did finish strong, getting his last 4 batters, including striking out the side in the 7th, but the damage in the 5th inning with an 8 spot for the Rockies is the difference in this game. Through the middle, but Pena's there. Nice play by Jeremy. And he retires Troy Johnston for the last out of the inning. We're going to head to the 9th. Astros need at least 2, down 9-7.
Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Tomorrow we'll see you back here. Coverage begins at 7 o'clock on SCHN. Mike Burrows will take the mound for his 3rd start. Said he's never made a start here, never pitched here. He's been here with the Pirates, but he's looking forward to that. And then it wouldn't be a Rockies series without seeing Kyle Freeland, guys. How many years has this been? Mr. Colorado Rocky.
The Astros will face another lefty, their 3rd lefty starter against them in 5 games on this road trip. So Freeland against Burrows tomorrow. Astros need to rally here in the 9th, down 2. Carlos Correa leading things off. Carlos been on base twice tonight with a double and a walk, and takes a fastball up and in at 98 for ball 1. Astros had the bases loaded last inning after an intentional walk to Yordan Alvarez, his major league leading 4th intentional walk of the year. But Mejia able to retire Jose Altuve for the final out of the inning. Altuve already with 3 hits on the night, but Mejia got him for the final out of the 8th. And now the Astros start with a 2-0 count here on Correa. Carlos watches that one wide. 3-0. You just need 1 base runner to bring the tying run to the plate.
You are exactly correct. Just get 1 guy on base paths, and then anything can happen.
That's a strike. 3-1. Astros still have a challenge remaining. The Rockies are out of challenges. They have been out of challenges for the last few innings.
That one clipped, just barely clipped that outside corner.
Now the count's full.
Good pitch to hit. Los just missed it.
Hundo
Reaching back and getting some. That was 99.8.
Carlos a double, a fly out to the wall and straightaway center, a walk and a fly out to right. And he pops this one up. Shortstop Willie Castro out. That's one away in the ninth. Well, Mejia bounces back after a 3-0 count to retire Correa. Christian Walker with another good night tonight, continuing his fine start to the season. He's 2 for 4. Christian knocked in a run his first time up and scored a run his last time up. One wide, 1-0. Astros out hitting the Rockies 13-12, but trail 9-7 in the ninth. Another hitter's count here from Mejia. It's 2-0. Pitch popped up. Long way to go for Rumfield in foul territory, and he makes a nice play right in front of the fence as he held on to that at the tip of the webbing of his glove for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that's not an easy play, catching that over your shoulder. You got a long way to go, and that ball was elevated forever. The only man that was going to get to it is right there in your picture, and he does. Man, he was right just at the tip of the glove.
Now Cam's been on base 3 times in a row with a home run, a walk, and a double. He's having himself a good road trip. 2 home runs and 6 for 13 so far on this trip. Now the Astros down to their final strike. Pitch up, no swing.
How good is Cam seeing the ball right now? It feels like he's taking those pitches out of the hand of Mejia.
Not leaving the zone with 2 strikes here. It's 2-2. Stays alive. Cam has 3 career triples, all coming last year. One of them was here at Coors Field. It was the only time he faced Mejia in his career. He goes down this time as Mejia picks up an inning and 2/3 save for the Rockies, as the Rockies have won back-to-back games for the first time this year. An 8-run 5th was too much for the Astros to overcome, as Colorado wins the first game of the series 9-7. The Astros now 1-3 on this 10-game road trip. We'll be back to talk about this one, including the Astros post-game show presented by Whataburger. It will feature Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic as your hosts. Julian Morales getting interviews after this one. Astros post-game show is next.